Hi everybody, this is just a very quick look at the new Hornby Mk1 coaches in the BR RTC livery, the red and blue Rail Technical Centre livery. There's two new coaches. There's the Laboratory 10, which is this coach right in front of me, and we've got the Landore Breakdown Unit, which is just a standard BR Mk1, again in the RTC livery. I decided to get these when they first came out, which is only recent because they are very different. You don't see much ready to run Rail Technical Centre. Not too many people model it because it's a bit obscure, but I think they bring quite a bit of variety to the layout. So I'm going to have a quick look at the coaches and tell you a little bit about them. Okay, so here's the information of both the coaches. If you want the product numbers, they are at the top. The coach on the left, which is this one, obviously is Laboratory 10, so that's the one on the bottom. And the Landore Breakdown Unit is, oh, we're losing focus, is this coach right here, as it tells you just above the battery box, which is very well pointed out in yellow. These coaches are, like I say, they are different, bit obscure. They're not your standard passenger coaches. Obviously these were used for departmental duties, so they are slightly different, hence why they've got different, well, the one's got the white roof, they've got the yellow corridor, this one's got the yellow bulkhead ends. If we slide it along, we've got the window on the end as well, which is there. The detail on them are standard. They're just the standard Hornby Mk1s. They've not really done anything different, as you can see from the end of Laboratory 10. The detail on the end isn't great. The jumper cables are just painted yellow. They're standard moulded on. The window is not great. It's just a grey square. That obviously should be a window. So you could, if this coach was on the end of the train or behind a loco, you could look forward or behind, depends which way the train's going. It's a bit cheap that they've done that. These coaches are £32 from all major retailers. They could have put a window in there, but I get that they just wanted to use the standard Mk1 coaches. They're both standard Mk1 brake coaches with slight variances, so I suppose this keeps the cost down, which I suppose isn't a bad thing, because I suppose this has put off manufacturers in the past. They probably won't sell terribly well. They don't want to spend all that money having to retool coaches and just to make a couple of odd variations. But no, at least they've put it on. So as we work our way along, the livery is quite well done. If we excuse the track machine. So obviously we've got the coach running number, RDB 975428, and it's got the location of the RTC, the Rail Technical Centre, which is in Derby. Well, this is a Research and Development Division Vehicle Group, Derby, which is part of the Rail Technical Centre, I do believe. It's, like I say, the standard coaches. The interior is just the standard tables. I'm not too sure on what the layout of these coaches internally would have been, but there's been no effort to try and replicate it whatsoever. Obviously you can see the moulded handrail getting onto the door, but that's standard on all Hornby Mk1 coaches. Now we've got the Laboratory 10, which is just painted on the side. Easy to read, it's well applied, I suppose. Nothing to write home about. You can see the battery box underneath. This one hasn't been depicted, but on the other one it has, which is yellow. Maybe this one wasn't painted in real life. I don't believe so. As we come to the end, this is the obviously a brake coach, so it's only half seating. So the one window is painted white on the inside, so you can't see through. You've got the two grills, which do actually look quite good. Obviously the black slats, they would be grills, so I'm presuming there'd be some sort of generator in here. And then you've got the two opening doors, obviously the handle, the black handle opens the one and then the other one opens out as well, so you can get wider loads in. That window's just been, looks like it's plated over and painted red. So the detail is there. Now the end on this coach is no different to the other end, except there is no window. So if I actually uncoupled it, and the other one chasing it, so excuse the workman, as you can see there is no window. So I'd presume that's because the generator lives in there and you wouldn't stand there to look out of the train. Now if we come to the other coach, we've got the yellow gangway ends with the blue bulkheads. No detail at all on that end bar, it painted yellow. It does look quite cheap, the yellow ends. I'm not too sure whether this is prototypical. I will try and find some photos and I will have a quick look and share it with you guys. But this is again a brake coach, so you've got the same as the other end, but the windows are not plated over and there's no generator or any grills on this side, except the far left window is plated over. As we work our way down, it's just a standard coach. The only thing different is the battery box is painted yellow and you've got Landore Breakdown. I believe this worked with the breakdown train, which is the bright yellow coaches, so this would have looked quite striking against the yellow coaches. And obviously the other end is the exact same and you've got the coach running number there. Now another interesting feature, if we put two coaches together, is the white roof and the grey roof. I don't believe, unless I may be wrong, I'm sure someone will let me know if I am, I'm pretty sure these two coaches never ran together in service in the RTC livery. Obviously this would have been based at Landor with the breakdown train, this was based at Derby, so it seems a bit strange that Hornby have released these together at the same time. I bought the two just because I am going to run them together. I know Bachmann have released a Landore Breakdown coach, the Mk1, so this would have ran with it. These, obviously the livery was from the 70s and I think it did manage to live into the early 80s, and then the livery was changed, so the bottom half, not the blue, became white, and then you had a large blue stripe where it was very similar to the Intercity livery, except for red on the top, white on the bottom, then the big stripe would be blue. Now I don't know how well the camera's picking it up, but the blue does seem ever so slightly purple. I don't think on the camera it looks fine. It just looks like a standard blue and grey coach, but it looks far too rich and far too deep for my liking. I don't think they've got it right, but who am I to judge anyway? I don't actually have anything else in the Rail Technical Centre livery. I am after stuff, but because it's quite scarce and rare and collectible, you do pay silly money for it, which I can't do. I do want the class 31, which obviously is class 97 under the departmental class, and that's in the later revision of the RTC livery with the white underneath. But hats off to Hornby for doing something completely different. I don't think Hornby have done much in the shape of RTC. Bachmann have done a little bit before, so yeah, it's nice that they've done that. I'm going to pull up the breakdown train next to it, which is in the yellow, so you can just see the bit of the resemblance between the two. So as you can see, they would clash. I could put them together. They may have ran together like that, I'm not terribly sure. Trying to find the history and photos of these coaches is a bit more trickier than your standard Mk1 in regional railways or NSC or something like that. And there are photos out there, you just do have to look quite hard. I would include photos and some other video in this video, but the only reason I won't is obviously because of copyright. I would share whoever's photo video it was, and I'd obviously put the copyright and all that, but YouTube can be a very funny place surrounding that, so I'm not going to do it. But while we are here, I have just turned around the Laboratory 10 coach, Laboratory number 10. Now we've got the two grills on the other side, if you remember, and on this side we've got a fan. If I zoom in, as you can see, it looks more like a strange dartboard, doesn't it? It's flat, just looks like a sticker stuck on the top. Doesn't look terribly detailed, but from far away it does give a little bit of difference. So at least they've included that. So I will try and show you a couple of photos if I can. Yeah, hold on and I'll work something out. Okay, I hope this shows relatively well. This is a photo of Laboratory 10 in real life. This was taken in 1979 and it is copyrighted by Paul Bartlett. So I would just like to state that for the sake of the video. Now you can see obviously the yellow ends are not very bright like they are, so obviously this coach would enjoy a nice weathering project, but you can see that there are various details next to the corridor on the end. So if I can try and point it out without losing, so obviously here you can see there's various jumper cables. It's not depicted on the real thing. I'll slide that along. As you can see on the real thing, it's, yeah, not great. Just while we're here as well, have a look at the fan grill. Okay, it looks like it's placed on a window and it's just stuck on. Have a look at that. So as you can see, there is no window. It was completely plated over. The window's been completely removed and it's quite a deep grill, and the fan is obviously on the inside, so not terribly prototypical. You can see that you've got the research and development division under the window, which is like the model, but it looks like it's been there's either something in front of the window or the window's like 3/4 white. Obviously that doesn't show in the model, but yeah, like I say, at least it's something different. Let's try and find a photo of the Landore Breakdown Unit. Okay, so staying with Laboratory 10 just for a second, this is it in the later revised version of the Rail Technical Centre livery. So you've got the big blue stripe and then the white on the bottom. This is the other end, so this is where the regular passenger seating would be. You can see the window with the window wiper, and you can see the various other equipment fitted to the front, which we do not get in the model. Yeah, so you can see slightly different, and you can see the later livery obviously, but like I say, it's something different to have on your layout, and for £32 I suppose we can't really grumble just for that spice of variety, shall we say. Okay, so another photo from Paul Bartlett here. This is the Landore Breakdown Unit. Now as you can see, the battery boxes are yellow and the ends are yellow, but unlike the model, the corridor ends have actually been removed and it's just a big plate that's been put over the top. Now the model, obviously, as you can see, hopefully, it sticks out like a normal standard Hornby Mk1 corridor connector. So that's not right. The white roof is correct. The plated up window on the far left is correct, and the livery and the location of the Landore Breakdown Unit is, so at least that's something. The only thing wrong with this is obviously the corridor connections, but I do understand that it does cost money to change the design and take them off. Obviously this is just a standard Mark 1, like I've said, and they've just painted it differently. So yeah, so these are the two coaches in the RTC livery. It's a very nice livery. One thing that I should try and point out, I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up. Yes, it will. Look in between. Oh, we're struggling for focus here. If we look here, there, just above my nail, can you see the splash of red that's come down onto the blue? So obviously these have been painted quite quickly from the factory in China. Obviously from far away you can't really see it. You can see it better with the human eye, but I'm not going to send them back for that. These coaches I think would do with a nice weathering, tone down that white roof, because as you can see it's definitely striking. The yellow ends as well, definitely. I suppose it could be a nice little project for some people if you wanted to take the corridor connection off on this coach, and if you really wanted to, I don't know if you can see it because it's on the other side, just about to see it from that shot, you could, I suppose, cut that out if you were super careful and try and fill it with a window. I think as well on the photo these steps were not here on the photo of the Laboratory 10. Anyway, I hope that's enough. That's definitely a lot of detail for you. Hope I've not bored you to death, and I hope that seeing the real photos has definitely helped. Yeah, if you search the coach numbers, so this one and the other one is on the far end down here, it does come up with a few photos, not terribly many, but there's a few more photos than I thought there would be, so that's not too bad. So yeah, I'll leave you with a quick passing shot then, and thank you so much for watching, and please hit that subscribe button because I am so close to 1,000 subscribers now, and I really would like to hit 1,000. So if you are new to the channel, hit that thumbs up button just to show me that you like the video, and please hit that subscribe button. Look after yourself, and I'll see you soon.